Hello, hello, party people. So something happened today that I felt like I should talk about. There's a whole backstory behind this, but I'm not gonna get into that. You don't need to know it, nor is it. It's not necessary to know it to understand this video. Um, a long time ago, maybe holy shit, maybe like a decade ago, I met someone and like we were together, I guess, sort of for like a short time, maybe a few weeks, a month at most, and I'm sure I don't remember. Give or take, this was before the platinum. I was about to say before the platinum, before the pandemic. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Before the pandemic, we got in contact again, and I mean, for lack of a better term, uh, we didn't like dive into a relationship again, but we hooked up, and I think the both of us, I would hope the both of us knew at the time it was just something that happened. Um, Today I got a text message from the same person, and this is not me reading into it too much. If you saw the text that I saw, then it was just basically an invitation to hook up again. And considering that I haven't had sex in like 4 years, um, not with anyone else, that is, but you guys should know I would have made that joke. Anyway, I turned it down this time. Um, and you might, a lot of guys out there, typical stereotypical guys might be saying, why would you turn out NSA sex? No strings attached. Okay, it's not really a joke, but it's also, yes, it is a joke. Um, she's married. Uh, the marriage is pretty much falling apart, and they both talked about divorce. And my joke is that's never stopped me before. Uh, there's a reason why I make that joke, and that's without that backstory. Like there's all this stuff you guys don't need to know. What you do need to know is that it's kind of a weird reason why I turned it down, and it's, I mean, partially I guess it has to do with the femboy personality. It's not that I was thinking about the husband. It's not necessarily I was thinking about her. So I knew this other immediate stuff about her, like when we first were talking like a decade ago. Um, she has kids, two, and obviously, well, maybe it was under a decade ago, but the kids were a lot younger, and at the time she was not single, but she's had this really weird roommate situation. I think it turned kind of sour too. The second time, the this being could have been the third time, but it wasn't. The time before that, before the pandemic, the kids were a little bit older, and I at the time, if by some chance I happened to bump into the kids, they would have been too young to remember me. But this time, the today being potentially the third time, I mean, like you don't have to be good at reading between the lines or like understanding the hidden messages. I mean, like it's the both of us knew where the conversation was going, and I stopped it before it got too far. I stopped it before it became inevitable. Um, I stopped it because, I mean, beyond factors that, it's quote unquote wrong to get involved with married people. Um, if by some chance I bumped into the kids, I think they would remember me. And I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't I didn't want them to have a memory of me as like that some dude who picked up and dropped off their mom in the middle of the night or some shit like that. Um, Most of us, I'm sure there's a lot of stereotypical guys out there who would have jumped at this opportunity, who would have taken that chance. I don't want to say my reasoning was silly, and I guess you can go as far as saying I was concerned with things that didn't concern me. I mean, we're both consenting adults, but is it complicated? I feel like the obvious answer is yes. Maybe for me more so, but for the both of us, this could have gotten ugly real fast. And infidelity can complicate divorce proceedings. I'm not trying to be about that life. I mean, did I do something similar before the pandemic years ago? Yeah. Did it happen before that too? Probably. I I'm not gonna lie, it was very tempting. Um, it wasn't so much the physical gratification. I mean, to an extent, was it an emotional thing? I think so. A lot of people out there might not think so, but I think so. Last time I checked, I know myself better than anyone else does. Like, if things were different, man, like, if things were different, daylight and a dollar short. Well, I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, like, uh, am I a dumbass? I mean, some people might think so. Was it risky? Some people might think so. But was the reasoning that I had behind potentially having her kids look at me from the window and wonder who the fuck that is? Knowing that I'm not like gonna be like the next husband or some weird ass shit like that. I mean, if you look at me, I don't exactly look like an everyday person. I mean, there's certain things about me that kind of make me stick out. I'll let you figure out what those things are. Um, if things were different, if things were different, things would have been different. And like, I'm not saying this like in the sense that I'm trying to be self-righteous. Cause did I want this? Is now a good time to be honest? I feel like it would have. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it would have like kind of like I don't know. Would it have made me feel better? Probably. The proverbial question is, would it have been right? Probably not. You see, this was how I was trying to convince myself to and convince myself not to. But I, uh, I ended the conversation. No, we're not meeting up tonight. If that's what you're wondering. I mean, is it a stupid reason? I feel like primarily, if that was the only reason, it would have been stupid. But with the other factors involved, the fact that I don't live by myself, the fact that she's married, the fact that she has kids, the fact that we've done this before, and like, am I really trying to make a habit out of that? I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, it makes me feel like I did something stupid by turning this offer down. At the same time, I sort of know it's for the best. And that is how Tony could have been turned down. No strings attached sex. Well, I'm gonna warm a bagel up and fuck it. And that's a Family Guy reference for those that don't know. Um, I, what am I supposed to say that will make more sense? Part of me knows it makes no sense whatsoever. Like I said before, we're two consenting adults. I don't need a crazy ex-husband in my life stalking me and whatnot, or female for that matter. I mean, like, been there, done that. There's a lot you guys don't know about relationship histories, relationship histories. All right, guys. Uh, Thanks for watching. I know it's the right decision, but it doesn't necessarily make me feel good about it, feel better about it. Take care of yourselves and each other.